Sorry about that. My phone shut off. Yeah, in that scene, um, I decided to add more stuff because there's not that like in depth discussion about Tactius on trial and everything in that chapter. That's why I decided to tweak a few things and add more things to the story. Yeah, some Sarah. Almost done it, guys. I'm gonna go get my 25 back and my 40 at the store. Yeah. Wow, your book is sick. My book's a masterpiece, man. I cannot believe it. So I added that. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's better, honestly. If this man who claims to be Takius the Prince, Azanian, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, surely his fate will not be undone. I cannot believe it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I added more stuff to make it more interesting, obviously. Yeah. Here's like, yeah, you kind of get that Jesus symbolism. Yeah, when the Pharisees talk about the Galilean, you know what I'm saying? They talk about Tacitus. Yeah, there's symbols there in the Bible, obviously. Jesus claims to be the Son of God who came from the Father down to earth. And Tacitus claims to be the prince from the heavenly kingdom, who's the son of Tacitus the First, and no one believes him in the South. We all think he's crazy. They think he's a crazy man, obviously. Yeah. Except for Lily. Lily has the faith. That's why you're looking at it. Peter's like, man, this is going to be better than my Lord of the Rings. I know, Peter. All right, seriously, man, this is going to be better than my Lord of the Rings. I know, Peter. Lord of the Rings. This is a masterpiece. I mean, how'd you come with this story? I don't know, Peter. I'm gifted. You're a genius, man. This is a better story than Lord of the Rings. I know, Peter. Lord of the Rings. Yeah. He's like, yeah, like Lord of the Rings has better world building, richer world building, obviously, but like your story is richer, is better than Lord of the Rings, Ivan. This is more powerful than Frodo destroying the one ring, Ivan. This is a deep, powerful story. I know, Peter. It's a deep, powerful story. A masterpiece. Yeah. Will Peter want more money for the merchant game? Yeah, he will. He's greedy, man. He's salivating over my brand, obviously. Yeah, because he knows my brand. Yeah, he knows my brand will be huge. And because he's my star director and he's greedy, he feels like he deserves more because he knows what he's making compared to how much money me and BJ are making his peanuts. That's why he wants a bigger cut of it. All right, what about that's like 300 million for the merch and like 350 million for the game? I'm like, no, Peter, you get 200 million for the merch and you get 250 million for the game. Stop being greedy. This is more than what you made for Lord of the Rings, man. You're just greedy, man. He's a greedy pig, Peter. Yeah, he's greedy. That's enough, Peter. I'm not paying more money, you greedy pig. Can I have more of that? I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not paying more money. Man. Stop being greedy. Yeah. Samsara? Yeah. So you'll be adding stuff to the movie. Yeah, I will. I'll be adding more like the scene when Taki's still in the dungeon. I'll be adding a bit more dialogue in the movie. Because in the book, there's not like a huge in-depth dialogue about when they talk about Takis being in a dungeon. But the movie, I'm gonna add stuff to make it more interesting. Add more dialogue, more in depth. Like they put Takis on trial. Like my idea is they arrest Takis in his chambers, and then the interrogation scene that they have in the book in Takis's chambers in the room. I put those dialogues in the trial scene. I make a few changes to make it more interesting. Yeah. Peter's eye, they put him on trial. I'm like, yeah, he's like, holy shit, man, you're looking at a mask. He's like, no, Peter. Yeah. And my idea for the captured scene is that Tacitonius and Cassius and their men, they hide when Fool and his wolves approach. Cassius is like, hide. And then they end up fighting them like something like the Asgilius scene. That's my idea for that scene. But in the book, it's not like that. The book, they fight on their horses, whereas in the movie, they get off their horses near Cyrus, and they hear the howl of the wolves, and they hide, and they end up fighting the demon wolves, something like the Asgilius scene. And remember in that scene how Faramir looked a bit scared in Return of the King? Yeah, those orcs are not even that scary, and Faramir looked pretty scared in that scene. Well, for my movie, they were fucking devils, man. Looking at demons and devils. That's why it's something scary. With devils and demons. Something very scary, obviously. I mean, that's why it's going to be a masterpiece. I mean, I was sick. I was saying, yeah, he claims to be Takis, the Prince of Xanian from the north. I was saying, yeah, I added that to make it more. Alright, that's better. I added it to make it more interesting, obviously. Yeah. Why? What's the best scene in your book? Either the Thesis scene or the Ancestor scene. Those are the best scenes in the book, obviously. The Ancestor scene or the Thesis scene. You can argue the Thesis scene blows your mind way more than the Ancestor scene, but the Ancestor scene you can argue is better than the Thesis scene. Or they're both just as good. Those two scenes are just pure cinema. You're just blown away by the plot, and it's cinema, man. Cinema on the page. That's why Volume 3 is my favorite, because Volume 3, even though it's a bit more stiff, well, I fixed up a lot of the stiffness, but even though it's a bit more stiffer than the other two volumes, the big scenes blow your mind away more than the scenes in Volume 1 and 2. They're more cinematic. That's why it's my favorite. You can argue Volume 2 is better. It just depends on the art history. You can even argue Volume 1 is better. But I highly doubt people are going to like Volume 1 the best. I think it's going to be between Volume 2 and 3. But somebody tells me most fans will like Volume 2 the best. And some fans will say Volume 3 is better. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know. My personal favorite is Volume 3 by a bit. But Volume 2 is a close second. It's close. Volume 3 takes the cake for me, because that's when you get the cinematic scenes, man. It's pure cinema on the page when you read it. I was supposed to for you. Sorry. Yeah. That's why Xanus will be the greatest fantasy novel written down, will be the greatest movies ever made. Anyways, guys, this is real. I hope you guys for the show. It's I'm signing off. Peace. Hope you guys enjoy my 3-part show. Peace out. Don't hate this out.